And although Frazier calls for fiscal discipline in the upcoming contract talks, it's hard not to acknowledge the windfall the school could see in the coming months.
If Hawaii were to make a BCS game, the school would likely get an influx on the order of $4 million.
Everybody, let's talk sports. The UH Warrior football team is back at it this week, preparing for the next in the line of biggest games in school history. A win Saturday over Washington could mean a date in a BCS bowl and the roughly $4.5 million the school would get out of it. But how do you prepare for the biggest game in school history when this past weekend you just won the biggest game in school history?
It seems like the last four have been that way, and you know, we've got our hands full with Washington. Hopefully we'll play with a lot of energy like we did last week. I'd anticipate that we would, and the crowd you know, should be big again and get us going.
This is something that, you know, all of us have never experienced, you know, and it's a good journey and something that we will remember forever, you know. But you know, we came too far to let something so sweet and so, you know, so good, you know, come to an end. So we definitely gonna be fired up and ready to go this Saturday.
To be the only team in the nation right now that's undefeated, and to have the opportunity to say that we were undefeated this season, it's a great feeling that we all want to feel. So we're focused this week and ready to accomplish something big.
Warriors are currently 12th in the BCS. They need to be 12th or better when the final BCS rankings come out Sunday to earn an automatic bid to a BCS Bowl. Kickoff Saturday for the Warriors Huskies showdown is set for 6:30 p.m. at Aloha Stadium. Programming note, the BCS selection show will go down right here on KHON2 Sunday at 3. Now, if Hawaii wins Saturday night, then the KHON2 Sports Department will bring you extended coverage to follow the selection show at 3:30, which will feature live interviews with Warrior players and an in-studio sit-down with members of the 1992 UH football team, the only group in school history to this point to play in a mainland bowl game. So tune in to KHON2 on Sunday.
The facility's embarrassing. When I spoke with Herman Frazier today, he said he wasn't sure if the announcer was referring to the practice field or the locker room or maybe even Aloha Stadium. This was what ESPN announcer Sean McDonough said on Friday during the UH win over Boise State.
If you saw their practice field and their office buildings, you'd be amazed that they could have this kind of success with their facilities in, quite frankly, an embarrassing state of disrepair.
Herman Frazier responded today.
I wasn't sure exactly what he was referring to. When you talk about practice facilities, we practice on a very nice practice field here on the lower campus that is maintained very, very well, and it's adjacent to our soccer field, which is also in very, very good shape. So I don't want to speculate as to what the announcer was exactly referring to, but I know what kind of practice fields we have here at the university.
Frazier says the announcer may have been referring to complaints about the locker room earlier this year. UH stands to earn up to $4.5 million for an appearance in a BCS bowl game. Would that money be used to upgrade the facilities?
Well, we would certainly like to reward the football team for their success and certainly put a lot of the money back into not only facilities for the sport of football, but for all of our sports.
And Frazier says that money, if they get it, would go to both men's and women's athletics. And he says ultimately he answers to the UH Board of Regents and the president, not an announcer on ESPN. Reporting from UH Manoa, Dick Algair, KITV4 Island Television News.
Thanks a lot, Dick. 4 more days until the Warriors' big game against Washington, and Warrior Mania is unstoppable.
There you go. Enjoy. See you later, man. Merry Christmas.
An early Christmas gift from Coach June Jones at the UH bookstore today as dozens waited in long lines for his autograph. Jones signed everything from copies of the Hawaii Warrior football book to posters to helmets. Football fans waited for more than an hour.
It's crazy. Yeah, even at the games, it's crazy. The lines are, but it's worth it.
It's well worth it, you know. It's well worth the wait. I came here at 12 o'clock and I waited my time, and now I got my signature.
If you missed your chance today, don't worry. June Jones will have another signing on December 7th at Ward Center's Rainbow Teak from 6 to 7 p.m.
A soldier arrested Sunday for burglary of a university dorm is apparently a suspect in a terrifying sexual assault in another dorm. Daryl.
Last week, biggest game in school history. A week forward, biggest game in school history again. Is this stress or is this fun?
Oh, it's fun. You know, you want to be in this situation.
Yeah, well, it seems like the last 4 have been that way, and you know, we've got our hands full with Washington. Hopefully, we'll play with a lot of energy like we did last week.
There are more people out here and more interest, and the players are just jacked up.
With every passing day, there is more fan interest at UH. Players getting swamped by autograph seekers after each practice session. I hope you're all having a pleasant evening. UH football team hosts Washington Saturday night. On the line for the Warriors, a possible spot in a big payday BCS bowl game. First step in preparing for the Huskies is accounting for sophomore quarterback Jake Lockard. He's a load. 1,920 yards passing, 14 touchdowns, 14 picks, and he's rushed for 910 yards and 12 more TDs. That quarterback for Washington, he's like country strong, right?
Oh, he's a good player. He's 230 pounds, runs a 10, 300 meters, and, you know, he's scary.
Can't be fun game planning around a guy like that.
He presents a lot of problems, but you know, our guys can run too.
Quarterbacks aren't supposed to be able to do things that he does, right?
He's just a baller. Everything in the word athlete, that's what he is. He's fast, big, strong. We gotta do a lot to stop him and make sure we secure tackles. He's not an everyday quarterback that just runs and get out of bounds. He runs through tacklers and he tries to score on every play.
Also a concern, UW's huge offensive line, 300-plus pounds across the board. And for Hawaii linebacker Adam Leonard, this is a big game because he's from Seattle, Washington, which is the home of the Huskies. We know you bleed Warrior colors, but Washington is the home team. You got something special for him?
You know, just my best game. Each week I want to play my best game better than last week, and so I'm just getting prepared for this game. It's fun to know that I got a couple friends over there on the other sideline, but it makes me want to beat them just a little bit more knowing they're from Seattle.
Warriors 11-0, Washington 4-8. Kickoff Saturday, pushed back a half hour to 6:30 to accommodate ESPN. Shame on you. You know who you are. After the UH football team beat Boise State last Friday, during the chaos after fans rushed the field, 6 Warriors had their helmets stolen during the celebration. 3 have since been returned. Whoever you are, give the helmets back. Team would love to get them back. If you have them, if you know who have them, bring them back. No questions will be asked.